The next Formula 1 2019 car has been revealed, and oh my god, what am I looking at here? Is this the greatest Formula 1 livery of all time? It's definitely up there, for sure. Red Bull have launched their 2019 car, and I think the whole internet has just gone into meltdown, especially the Formula 1 community. This thing is incredible. Not only is it just radically different from anything they've ever done, they've got the new Honda partnership on board. A few question marks whether they'd spice up the livery a little bit or whether they'd keep it traditional. This is not traditional, and at the same time, this design is so naughty, I need to calm down a little bit. But first, the big question you will want to know, and I'm going to answer it almost instantaneously as best I can. Is this a testing livery? Is this a livery that they're going to race with? And my opinion is yes, it is. In my predictions video, yes, it is an actual racing livery. That's what I'm saying. This is not a testing livery. This is a racing livery, I believe. I spoke about it in my predictions, and you can see on the Red Bull overalls, they seem to have dropped most of the tiny flecks of yellow they had in there. And they've dropped in these silver parts. You can see it there on Gasly's race overalls. But I think the better comparison to look at is Max Verstappen's hat. Very strange thing to say, but you can see his hat there, clearly signifying that they're changing it up a little bit this year. That red and silver stripe, the silver even more predominant on Max's hat than it was on Gasly's overalls. So already I was expecting some sort of change in there. What would it be? Was it going to be this big radical overhaul? And yes, it certainly looks like it. Now, this is not 100% official. You know, this is not official at all, so I don't know why I said that. But I can't confirm if it's a testing livery or not yet. Red Bull have not come out. They have not said, oh yes, this is a testing livery. This is not. But as soon as I know, I will put it down in the comments below and do it as a little pinned comment. But I am firmly of the belief that with all the new sort of atmosphere around the team, they've got that new driver in Pierre Gasly coming into the team, the big one, getting rid of Renault for the first time in their Formula 1 history and moving over to Honda. I think they just wanted to completely revamp it, and yellow being the colour of Renault, that is completely gone off the car completely, which part of me thinks the fact that there is a lot of red, maybe it's pushing towards that more of a testing livery, and they're probably one of the most notorious teams for throwing out a testing livery. Last year we saw a beautiful blue and silver Red Bull. They didn't even show up to testing using it, so I'm thinking this is a little bit different. So many new parts of this team coming together, it makes sense to mix things up. And someone in the comments asked, why is the Red Bull not red? Well, here's your answer. It is now, or at least it is for the minute. I mean, what can I say about this design? It is so intricate. It's so well done. It's not smart. It's not holding back. It's right there in your face. We're going to see a shot now of the full car. It's incredible. It really is. The big thing for me, the big thing that makes me question this whole livery, not in terms of I like it or not, for me, I think this could be, I don't want to go ratings just yet, but this could be the 10 out of 10 livery I've been looking for. I love it that much. I think the matte black with the, I think it's a matte red as well, and that works so well. But the one thing I'm thinking, oh dear, this might be a testing livery, is if you look on the rear of the car, on the engine cover, the Red Bull, as in the actual Red Bull, is not the Red Bull you see on a Red Bull can. Likewise, the Red Bull on the front of the nose is not the one you see on the can. It's not the logo of the company, which really makes me think, oh dear, this could be a testing livery. And at the moment, that is the big question mark. Will this be the livery that we see in testing, that we see when we show up in Melbourne? My money, like I say, is on yes. And I'm just going to try and break down this design a little bit more, because I think I've skipped that a little bit, and of course that's my favourite thing to do. The technical side of things isn't really my bread and butter, but the design of a car, the sponsorships, the marketing that's done on it, that is what my real passion is for Formula 1 is sometimes. And can I just say, both helmets for Gasly and for Verstappen are going to look really naughty in this car, so that's a big tick for starts. But the fact that it works so well throughout the car, we saw with Williams that, alright, at the front it looked okay, at the rear it looked a little bit dodgy, and they tried to mix up the design, but it all works so fluidly from the front wing all the way through to the back. The matte colours, I think, is something that Red Bull have done really well with the last few years, and I think it works even better on this car. I actually prefer this to last year's testing livery. Love to know your thoughts on that one. I love the stripes down just behind the number 33, just in front of the halo. I think those work really well. And something I mentioned with the Mercedes a little bit earlier on, I think this year teams have done a fabulous job of integrating that halo and making it almost obsolete. And in this livery, you can't really see it. I know that's the angle of this particular shot, but I think with the matte, it really does blend it in really nicely. And with the T-cam and just the bit above the driver's head also being matte and not being bright red in your face also helps that out pretty mega, to be totally honest with you. Still got that Aston Martin branding, stands out really nicely. The rear wing as well, got the Esso and it's got that stripe on the outside of the rear wing. I really like that. Aston Martin, the big wings of Aston Martin on the back of the car as well. Red Bull logo on the side. Super softs on the car. It looks really special, this livery, and I pray to the racing gods we see this on the track, not only in testing but across the season. And like I say, my money is on that. This will be their 2019 livery for the whole season. I'd love to know your thoughts. As I say, I will update you as soon as I know whether this is a testing livery or a full livery. I'd love to know your thoughts on whether it is either, and I'd love to know if you like it or not, because I'm sure some people are going to hate it, because that's just how things work. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you later on for Racing Points livery. That'll be at around 2:30. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.